Ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa, kono thirsty vapor desu. And yes, that was really bad Japanese. And you know why I'm trying to speak Japanese? Because today we'll be seeing Wild Drip Harajuku from Tokyo Drip.
Harajuku, a New York cheesecake flavor highlighted with crunchy peanuts. Harajuku comes in 50 ml bottles and is available in 0, 3, and 6 mg nicotine. Sweet, creamy, and satisfying.
It is great to be back, guys! Well, because damn man, our last video was last year and start the year off strong with a great contender in Tokyo Drip, I gotta say. We're taking a closer look today at Harajuku, but I gotta quickly give a shout out to the other two flavors because these are bomb. Their Akasaka, their strawberry graham is it's a good strawberry flavor, but the kicker is the graham there. The graham is a good. It tastes like crap. It tastes exactly like a graham, which threw me for a loop. Their Asakusa, which is their mango guava flavor, very festive, very bright. It's the right type of astringent to just keep you going. And of course, you can't say Tokyo Drip. You can't say Tokyo without thinking of green tea and their matcha frap Shibuya. Booyah. Oh my god, best green tea flavor I've tasted in a long time. But like I said, as much as I like these three other flavors, this is the bomb. Their cheese nuts flavor. Right, guys? Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about what I'm using to test this juice out. Of course, like always, my go-to mod, my VHO setup. That is the Surge, and this is my Haze, which is running 7 rep, of course, of 22 gauge Omega. My preferred build for cloud chasing. And this is a weird one, guys. I usually use my N22, but today I thought to mix it up so I could appeal to more newbie vapors. I'm using my Lava Box M. That's not newbie friendly, I know, but it's a 75 watt device, and I'm using that is a Kender Subtank. And this is, well, to me this is like the beginner guide, the beginner atomizer. So I could taste what maybe newer vapors could taste. It's a better reference. Cheese nuts. Harajuku. Well, Harajuku, when I think about it, it's that bubbly, sort of weird side of, well, Japan is weird on its own, but the weirder side of the Japan. And this is a strange flavor to me because when it hits you first, when you think about it, it's cheese and nuts in juice. You'd think it'd be like a salty, nutty. No, it's not. It's a great, almost pastry-like flavor, and it hits you straight in the inhale. When you take that first drag, it's like a cheesecake. It's like that mellow vibe, sort of. You get some of that a salty note, but it's not bad salt. And then it hits you with a sweetness that I relate to. Well, like I said, cheesecake. But instead of a crust in the inhale, this is weird. You get both flavors on the inhale. You get a mild nuttiness replacing like the crust, which is, well, it's special to me. It's special. Talking about the aftertaste, I don't get much. Now you say, Rain, isn't that bad? You don't get much of an aftertaste. But here's the thing. It's almost, for me, it's almost a pastry vibe. And for me, personally, when I get anything remotely heavy or creamy, on the creamy side, if it has too strong of an aftertaste, I get tired of the juice quick. Here, this gives you the right amount of aftertaste. It's verging on like the 90%, like an 80% aftertaste in strength. It's enough to make you say, let me get another hit of that. and before you know it, your cotton's burnt because you keep hitting it, and you just gotta drip more. And that's the kind of aftertaste it has. It makes you go back for more. How close is this to the flavor? Well, on the bottle it just says cheese nuts, which again, when you say cheese nuts, you're gonna expect like maybe an actual cheese, like a Parmesan or like a cheddar flavor, which is nice on some vapes, but with nutty flavor, it gets kind of, that sounds weird, kind of vibe. But here, it just says cheese nuts, and when you vape it, it's sweet and salty. It's the right amount, so you could just say, yes, that is cheese nuts. But it'll surprise you on what kind of cheese nuts, what the flavor profile is, and that's, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. I'm telling you. On that note, I gotta say, well, for all the Tokyo Drip juices, because I gotta be out there, man. This juice is unique. Cheese nuts? I haven't encountered this flavor before. What is this? They're mango guava. Now that's a good solid flavor, but it's rarely been used. For my experience, I've rarely seen this type of flavor. There's strawberry. Strawberries are usually associated with cream or cheesecake or cake. This one's with Graham. Graham, come on, that's special. That's unique for me. And of course, their matcha frap. A few juice makers are brave enough to go to that green tea territory, and this hits it out of the park. So in uniqueness, for me, freaking home run. But just don't take my word for it. Come on, Jed. Jed, uniqueness.
Yes.
Oh, see, made him answer. Again, you guys know my favorite part of this review. The most important thing for me is the throat hit. And that's the only sort of gripe I have with all the Tokyo Drip juices. Now, Tokyo Drip is, for me, a flavor juice. And though nicotine does help the flavor, for some odd reason, for specifically older juices, the nicotine is a sort of very soft. It's a very soft throat hit. It's almost, it's enough for you to be, it's enough for it to be feelable, tangible, but it's not enough to give you that strong punch. It's more of like a stroke, but it's enough for me to be not. It makes me want to hit more because it's making me look for that nicotine hit. But again, I'm a nicotine nut. Man, dude, I regularly vape at least 9 mg. So 3 mg on a 60-40. This is a 60-40, by the way. Might be lacking for some, but again, that's me. That's personally for me. I've seen people like say this is the right amount of nicotine, right, Jed?
Yes.
Right amount of nicotine for some, but again, it's a soft, soothing throat feel, not a hit, a feel. On the side of how it feels when you vape, is it heavy or refreshing? Well, because of the sweetness and the creamy aspect of it, I'd want to say it's heavy. But because of that tiny bit of salt and a tiny bit of oiliness, I'm tempted to give it a refreshing vibe. Oh, here. A good medium. I'm wishy-washy, come on. It's both. It's both. It's not refreshing like I feel refreshed, not like a tutti frutti flavor you get. No. It's refreshing in the fact that it doesn't tire you out. It just keeps on going. And for me, that's a good thing. I get sick of juices really fast, man. By the way, these aren't for review. These are mine. These four, so mine. So you got that should say like how much I like these juices. But for me, yeah, again, they are neither heavy. It is not refreshing. They're neither heavy or refreshing. It's both. It's a good medium. Talking about the Cloud Chasers topic here, vapor production. Now, this is a 60-40 mix. This is a recreational juice. Wow. Recreational juice. Now, there are comp juices out there, 100% VG. There are comparable juices out there, the 80/20s, the 90/10s, but this is a flavor juice. This is the juice you take to your work. This is the juice you bring out when you're driving. This is the juice when you game. This juice is tasty, but it won't be winning you any competitions. I am sorry, but yeah, that's one of the gripes here, man. But that doesn't mean that this juice doesn't have mouthfeel. This has decent. You can feel it in your mouth. It has. Wait, let me show you the mouthfeel. Now let me show you the vapor production. That's thick. That's thick. That's decent amount of vapor production. On the tank. Yeah, it's decent enough for you to say yes, I am vaping. But that, of course, isn't like the most amount of vapor. So if you're a cloud chase head enthusiast, this might not be the juice for you. But of course, if you're still out there for the flavor, for that everyday grind juice, Tokyo Drip, baby. On the nose, how does it smell? Now, for testing this, we do just sit in a room like all the windows and doors are closed, and just vape the absolute crap out of this stuff, and we see how does it smell? How does it smell? Is it annoying? Is it heavy? Here now, considering this is a cheese flavor, and there are some cheese flavors out there that when you vape and when you smell, it's a pungent cheese. It might be annoying to some, but here, for me, it's mellow enough for you to actually enjoy it. It smells like cheese. It smells like cheesecake, and a bit of a tad hint of that. It feels like you're in a bakery. Baked. It feels like you're in a bakery. But you don't want to blow this in someone's face directly. We find like when you actually blow this from the mouth directly to someone's face, it actually gets sort of kind of pungent. But that's direct. But when you're just vaping this outside, it won't be a big deal. And when you're vaping this in a room, if you all just like enjoy the cheesecakey vibe, this doesn't taste like cheesecake, by the way. It kind of does, but kind of doesn't. You'll enjoy it. So for me, in terms of the nose and how does it smell, it's a pass. Is it an all-day vape? Well, I've been talking the absolute crap out of this. If you don't mind a weaker, sort of a softer style of nicotine, a throat hit, and if you don't mind a 60/40 solution, if that's your pace, or if you want something that tastes that elevates the flavor a bit more PG, of course, more flavor, it adds more flavor, this is for you. This will be an all-day vape. This is my all-day vape. Surprisingly enough, this is an absolute winner. I dropped the absolute crap out of it. All of them actually are an all-day vape. If you like that flavor, if that's your vibe, if you Tutti Frutti all-day vape, you grab, of course, the Asakusa. That's mango, guava, sour enough. If you want that strawberry Ichigo style, not Ichigo, I like the flavor, that Ichigo strawberry sort of gray hammy, crackery goodness with the right amount of cream, Asakusa, Akasaka is your boy. If you're that highfalutin mofo and you like that green tea vibe, which has the right amount of sort of umami, it actually has umami taste in it. Matcha green tea frap. Their Shibuya is a winner. And if you enjoy that sort of pastry, creamy, nutty vibe, that just like me, Harajuku. He keeps saying Harajuku. Harajuku is your juice. It's an all-day vape. Now, if you want more of that nicotine hit, it's as easy as adding just a bit more nicotine into it. Now, here's a little fun fact. In Japan, they can't sell juice with nicotine, so that's why some of their juices are weaker on the nicotine side. In Japan, when you buy juice, they actually give you, or you actually have nicotine droppers, so they actually can control the nicotine consumption themselves. So that might explain why they're more of a softer vibe of nicotine. Saying that, of course, that could lead up to the answer. If you want more nicotine, just add more. Let's add more. You can tailor it to yourself. So for me, that's not really much of a bad side, but it might be for some. But in saying that, of course, again, it is an all-day vape for me, because sometimes I want to be a flavor junkie too. Talking about now, with all that said, about build friendliness. Will it mess up your coils? And the answer to that is, it depends. Here's the thing with these juices, it's a higher PG ratio. What I find consistent with higher PG ratios, they tend to, well, gunk at a certain point. I'm not saying this stuff will automatically gunk your coil like that. No. This will gunk your coil eventually, and it's that kind of gunk where it actually cuts through your cotton because it's kind of sweet. Saying that, if you're a meticulous, not a meticulous kind of, if you have, well, sanitation in your cotton, this won't bother you, because that will entail you'd be changing the cotton regularly. For me, the pace is, I vape it with the same build for around 2 to 3 days, and I find I have to change cotton. But for me, I change cotton almost every 2 days, so that's really not much of a big deal. So because it just hits my pace, so for me that's not a bad thing. Is it build friendly? It's build friendly enough for it not to be like a drag to like vape. Because some juices out there, like you vape it for a good hour and a half, 3 hours maybe, half a day, and it just wrecks your coil. It wrecks your cotton. Here, as long as you're taking out the cotton, dry firing it, cleaning it as you should, if you're a vapor, it's not a problem. So for me, it's a pass. Still, this stuff is hitting all the marks, isn't it? In summary, let's bring it all in. Let's tighten it up. My final thoughts on Harajuku. Well, let's start with a hit. What can I say? It's an all-day vape for those flavor junkies out there. It's sweet enough. It has a bit of salt. It's creamy enough. It has the right amount of cheese for it to be cheese nuts. It has the right amount of nuts for you to feel the nut. It's the right amount of vapor for me when I'm going public friendly, not the too thick of a vapor production. It's the right amount of flavor and contrast where I could vape this all day. Well, I do vape this all day. And it's the right amount of nose for you to say it's, well, public friendly. And of course, if the nicotine not deficiency, the nicotine softness, the nicotine vibe for this specific juice is okay for you, it's okay for everyone. I'm telling you, it's a winner. Thursday Vapor is starting the year off with a bang with this, with reviewing this, and of course selling this juice because it's a strong contender. All of them are strong contenders. So in final thoughts, I'm in love. It's gushing. It's gushing. It might sound biased. I'm a weeb. I'm gonna taco myself. So it might sound like a gush. The only thing I don't like about this juice, honestly, it was back in the day before they repackaged it, was the look. And now they fixed it. Look at that. That's even the look is good. But it's not without the negatives. Of course, the negatives, I have to say it again, reiterate, because it's a negative, is of course the throw hit. It might be bad for some because it's lacking. You might have to finagle with the nicotine. And of course, it might be bad for some who are after that cloud chase vibe. They need more viscosity in their juice. They need more clouds. It might be bad. But in saying that, if you're a flavor chaser, you don't mind thinner clouds, you don't mind it being a bit sweet, win. Where can you find this juice? Of course, with almost everything we review, this is available online at Thirsty Vapor. All 4 of their juices. So maybe drop us a visit. Actually, don't, not a maybe. Drop us a visit and do yourself a favor and pick up a bottle of Tokyo Drip. Any of them, they're great. Why am I holding them all? Anyway, they're available online again at thirstyvapor.com, and of course they will be They will be available at a vape shop near you. Just find them, just ask around Tokyo Drip. It's TD on the label. And of course, my shout out, of course, is the Harajuku, but any of them are just excellent. And with that, let's bring it all to a close. This has been it for Harajuku Cheese Nuts from Tokyo Drip. And this is Thirsty Vapor, reminding you, start the year strong and stay thirsty. Thank you for watching again, Thirsty Vapor's review of Harajuku. And of course, if you have any questions or more information, you can drop them all out in the comment section below. And of course, shout outs to Tokyo Drip for providing, allowing, and giving us the opportunity to take a closer look at their juices. Most amount of vapor. So if you're a cloud chase head enthusiast, this might not be the juice for you. But of course, if you're still out there for the flavor, for that